Hi everyone, it's me again, the Alba Gallivanter. Yeah, I know my laptop's a little bit grubby, it's needing a good wipe down. But anyway, I'm going to wake this thing up actually. I think you'd just like to be there right now. Looks lovely, doesn't it? I haven't got a clue where that is, that's just one of the screensavers that comes up. Anyway, I've just been listening to a recording. I totally forgot to upload this last night, so please forgive me. I was busy watching stuff on TV and doing some online streaming on my other YouTube channel, which is called Gamerduder. And I'm going to be doing a stream on there later on if you want to join me, probably in about 10 minutes time. But anyway, going back to the subject on this one for the moment. I said yesterday I would upload a little video of myself on Radio 5 Live. I was on, must have been Thursday night, early hours of Friday morning, around about 2:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so anyway, you'll hear what happened in just a moment. You will also hear a story from a gentleman who calls in after me, and I'm gonna try and see if I can download the full show, and I'll probably listen to it on the coach going to Fort William tomorrow, and I'll try and see if I can find out a little bit more about a vintage bus running day in East Yorkshire in September. I might book a hotel and go down. I quite fancy it. I don't know if it's York or Hull or I'm trying to think of other places in East Yorkshire. I would have said Scarborough, but that's sort of more North Yorkshire, I would say. I'll do a little bit of digging around and I'll try and find out. I'll do a little bit of research online as well. But this is exactly what happened when I was on the radio. Have a listen to this.
And what's the best bus or coach journey you can remember? Let me know. 08085 909 693. Alistair, welcome to the nightclub. Where are you?
Hi there, yes, Tillicott Train near Stirling.
Brilliant. And what's it like there tonight?
Warm, let's just say.
I know, and you know what? It's gonna get warmer. I'm not gonna complain. You know what? Sometimes, we are different nations of probably complainers when it comes to the weather. Whether it's cold, we complain whether it's cold, and when it gets warmer, we still whinge about that as well.
Well, that's the same with myself.
What's on your mind? What would you like to talk about?
Well, I thought to myself, when the previous chat was on about his transmitter, it would probably depend where he lives and where his local transmitter is located. But the main thing is the buses.
Buses, yes. And what's your favourite bus journey?
Well, I would say probably Glasgow to Aberdeen. I mean, I travel to Aberdeen quite a lot to do bus spotting and that. I've got my own YouTube channel and I do a lot of videos and that of the actual coach journeys themselves, both long and short videos.
Would you call yourself a bus and coach enthusiast?
I would say so, yeah. I do attend vintage bus events as well. Sadly, I can't get down to London this Sunday because I'm recovering after having surgery, let's just say, on Tuesday.
Listen, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling much better. But that's one thing. I've not had the opportunity to this is going to be really bad now. You're probably going to put the phone down. I've never been to Scotland.
Oh, that's all right. Next month I'm actually doing a video, hopefully from Glasgow to London, and that's going to be about 12 hours long, that video. So I'm not looking forward to holding my camera for 12 hours.
Full 12. So I presume that's the journey, the coach journey from Glasgow to London, and you're gonna film the whole journey.
Hopefully, yes, all being well if my battery holds out. But a lot of my mates think I'm mad for doing it, but I've had a few requests on my channel to do it as well. So
you've had requests to do this. If you want to eat, use the loo, or you want to read a book, or you want to do something other than filming the journey, won't you get distracted?
not really, because I just put my headphones on, listen to my MP3 player, and then when we stop at various bus stations on the way down, I can edit that bit out and then take a drink or go to the toilet then.
What would you say? Because I definitely want to come up to Scotland at some point. What would you say is the best bus or coach journey?
I would say that the best one I've done is probably Glasgow to, well, I'm hoping to do this on Sunday if my leg's better. Glasgow to Fort William on, I think it's the 914.
No, and is that a coach or is it a double-decker bus?
It's a coach, thankfully, because it's about 100 miles between the two places and it takes about 3.5 hours.
Wow. And then when...
I wouldn't fancy doing that on a double-decker.
No, not at all. I tell you what was scary, which I did on a double-decker once. There was a vintage bus day in Essex and jumped on the bus. I think it was a special bus on the X55 from Upminster to Gillingham. So I was on the double-decker bus. It was a 90s, mid-90s bus. And we went over the Queen Elizabeth Bridge on the M25. I tell you what, Alistair, I was so scared of heights. Probably the worst thing to do. You know what I did? I closed my eyes and I kind of, I don't know, I somehow sort of crept or tried to get downstairs. And some of the other passengers said, "Are you okay?" I said, you look a bit faint. What's wrong? And I said, "I'm scared of heights." And this is probably the worst thing that I've done.
I'm not great with heights either. I don't like flying.
You don't like flying?
If I was travelling to France, I would take a ferry. If I was going to France or Germany, I would take a ferry. I just hate flying.
Say if you had to travel somewhere, you had to fly, would you find an alternative route?
If I could, I would, but if I had to fly, I would fly.
See, that's interesting. See, it's again. This is an overcoming fear. With me, it would be probably jumping on a bus and then going over the Queen Elizabeth Bridge on the M25, and I suppose for you it would be just getting on a plane and going somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm definitely going to investigate that journey when hopefully get to Glasgow at some point. And listen, I hope everything goes well and keep us in the loop if you get the opportunity to film that journey from Glasgow to London. I mean that'll be impressive. That would be impressive if you could do. Alistair, lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for the call. Glasgow to London. I mean, coach journeys. What's the longest coach journey you've been on? What's the best coach journey you've been on, or bus journey that you can remember? I remember possibly, was it 1988, 1989, with my mum and brother. Now in London, some of the local bus garages used to do summer trips, and it was ideal for parents who didn't necessarily want to jump on a train. They just would walk to their local bus garage, they would jump on a bus, and the bus would take them to the nearest seaside town. So where we were at the time, which was near Camden Town, Chalk Farm, northwest London, there was a service which was provided from the bus garage, it's no longer there now, from Chalk Farm bus garage to Margate. So we jumped on the bus. I remember being on the top deck with my mum and brother. My mum made some sandwiches, and we got to Margate, and we got to see all the local sites. And I remember the bus driver saying to my mum and the other passengers, "You have to be here by 5:30 or 6, or I'm afraid, I'm going to leave you." And it was probably one of the best journeys ever, because at the time, that was the alternative to jumping on a train And I suppose it was a proper experience because you could see the sights as well. What's the best bus or coach journey you can remember? Let's talk about this tonight on the Nightclub here on 5 Live, 08085 909 693. And let's speak to Keith, who's in Norfolk. Keith, hello.
Good morning, Edward.
Good morning, Keith. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. Thank you very much indeed. The reason I rang up is because I wanted you, not to pass the message on now because I'll be able to speak to him, Adrian in Goole and his wife or partner, Tricia. They need to get over the Humber Bridge into Hull for the EYMS, East Yorkshire Motor Services, Big Bus Day, which I think is in September.
Yeah.
And they have a variety of buses that you can travel on, one of them being the Beverley Bar bus. It has a domed roof, so it can fit through the Beverley Bar, which is like a brick gateway over the road.
Okay. You know what? I think I've seen a picture of that. It's a unique bus, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. And they have all sorts of different vintage buses, and they normally leave from the Transport Museum. It's not called Transport Museum. I can't remember the real name of it. In Hull, and you'll get the EYMS brass band playing on the lawn there as well.
You get a brass band as well. I mean that's like a special 2-for-1 deal.
It's a lovely, lovely day out. It's normally, say, early September when the Heritage Week is on. So there's all sorts of things open, all sorts of places to visit the public wouldn't normally have access to.
So it's around. You know, I might have to check this out myself. This sounds incredible. And have you been? You've been previously.
I've been several times before. Yes, yeah. Now, our last caller, the Scottish gentleman, he said about the journey from Glasgow to Fort William.
Yes.
Now, I left Great Yarmouth in 1997, coached to Victoria, coach station in London, and I got the overnight bus to Glasgow. I got there about 6 o'clock in the morning. The bar was open, so I had a couple of beers, and I got on the next coach to go to Fort William, fell asleep instantly, but when I woke up, there were the beautiful hills and glens and lochs, and it was absolutely smashing.
Wow, it just sounds picturesque. I mean, did you take a photo?
Yeah, I had a video camera at that time, yeah, I've got some film of it. Yeah, I stayed in Fort William for a night or two, and then took the train to Mallaig and went across to the Isle of Skye on the ferry. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
See, you know, a lot of people talk about going abroad or spending. I mean, what you've just described, it sounds like the perfect weekend or perfect week.
Well, Scotland is abroad, isn't it?
Yeah, to a certain degree. I mean, to a certain degree. I mean, to be, you know what? Someone would just say it's just around the corner, and you're talking to someone who's never been. So, I'm taking notes, and it's intriguing because I need to discover these places.
You need to go. Now, I'd also like to mention Carlton Colville